Okay. I'm going to call the Star City Council meeting to order. It's Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025 at 7 p.m. here at the City Council chambers. Can you please all join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? Allegiance to the flag. To the republic. One nation. Indivisible. Thank you. And tonight's invocation by Mr. Matt with the Calvary Chapel Star. Thank you.
Good to be here again. You would bow your heads with me as we pray. Lord, I just want to take a moment to say thank you for how good you are to us. Lord, as your word says in Galatians chapter 6, it says, "And let us not grow weary while doing good, for in due season we shall reap if we do not lose heart. Therefore, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all, especially to those who are of the household of faith." Lord, I pray over this, the city council, Lord, that when given the opportunity, they would do good. Lord, that we would be a people that strive to be more like you. Lord, that strive to care for the widows, for the orphans, Lord, as your word calls us to do. But as decisions need to be made, Lord, I just pray for wisdom, for guidance, and Lord, that all decisions would be made with humility, Lord, and the people's best interest at stake. But Lord, I just pray for safety and protection over each and every one of these men and women as well. We love you. We pray this in your most precious name. Amen.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right, roll call.
Hershey,
Here.
Wheelock,
Here.
Salmonson, here, Nielsen.
Okay. We got 3 heres and 1 present, so we're good, I think. Item 4 on the information, it's just an information item on the City of Star Roads information. That information you could grab online, just click on the link and it'll show you everything. It doesn't change much right now. It shows all the projects happening over the next several years. Item 5, move on to the consent agenda.
Mayor Chadwick,
Councilwoman?
I move to approve the consent agenda consisting of 5A, approval of claims, and 5B, approval of minutes for November 18th, 2025.
All right, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second by Councilman Hershey. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Hershey,
Aye.
Wheelock,
Aye.
Salmonson,
Aye.
Nielsen.
Aye.
Okay, that motion carries. Thank you. We're going to move on to item 6, the public hearings. We'll start out with the first one, the Red Barn Inn and Development Agreement Modification. Just need to, it is 7:03. We're going to open the public hearing and ask the council if they have any ex parte contact or communication.
No. No.
None.
None.
Okay, hearing none, the time is Sean's.
Mr. Mayor, thank you, council. Before you, a request by the applicants of the Red Barn Inn to modify their recorded development agreement that was placed on their property when they rezoned their property on Main Street, 309 South Main Street, to Central Business District. The original approval of the property was for a conditional use permit for Red Barn Inn, which was considered, excuse me, a motel or lodge. And specifically within the development agreement, there were 2 conditions placed on the developer. The first was specific to the motel use. And what they would like to do is they'd like to modify the development agreement to allow any uses allowed within the Central Business District, subject to future land use approval. In other words, if the use proposed, it's a conditional use permit, it would have to come before this body for approval. If it's a principally permitted use, it would just go through the administrative approval process. So what we're doing is we're allowing them the option of either continuing with the motel use or any other uses allowed in the Central Business District. So that's the request before you this evening.
Okay, any questions of staff at this time? He is the applicant. You're basically stating it for the applicant, correct? Yeah. Okay. All right. We have, let me ask, do you guys have any questions of the staff right now?
Mayor Chadwick.
Councilman Nielsen?
So Sean, standing in for the applicant. I guess my question is for the applicant, so I don't know if the applicant's here that they want to come forward, but you can decide after I ask the question. So, originally, this application came to us for a rezone and specific use, which was approved. Typically, what we like to do is understand what uses are coming on a property when we rezone it. And I'm not suggesting that this is the intent or that this is what's happened, but sometimes we get an applicant that comes in, declares a use, gets approval for the zoning, and then comes back like this to then get just kind of a blanket entitlement zoning for a piece of property. And at that point, the council, the city, we don't really know what the intended use is. And where that particular parcel is right in the middle of a bunch of current residential uses, I find it challenging that then we might consider to do just a blanket, okay, and you're in the CBD, you got the zoning, you got the entitlement, now you're set free. Because we put some specific restrictions and specific uses on this and using the development agreement. So I'd like to understand what the purpose is of the rezone or not the rezone, but this DA modification, why we're going back to just a general use and, convince me that this is a good idea. Because right now I'm not seeing that, this seems like an end run around what we typically have done.
Mr. Mayor, Council, so the applicants have not considered any specific uses within this. What they're doing is they are trying to sell the property, and they're having trouble selling the commercial property because it's specific to one use. And so that's why they've asked for the modification. It's within your review powers to place additional conditions on here on specific uses you do not feel is appropriate, or a blanket condition that says that the uses will be compatible with the residential uses in the surrounding area. You can go several different directions on that if you choose. But they have not specifically given me any uses that they would like to have or what they would like on the property.
Yeah, and I guess that does answer my question in terms of we don't know, and now having just the entitlement, I can see that would make it a much more attractive piece of property for somebody to come in and kind of do whatever they want to do there, which, I mean, once you get the zoning, that makes sense, right? But here again, we took a lot of time with this. We looked at a lot of things and made sure it was compatible with the residential uses. So I'd like for us to contemplate, what those options might be here tonight, and consider how we can preserve, the intent, which is to make it compatible with residential uses, and not just have it an open book.
I will make the suggestion that you just make this is the route you're going, just make it all conditional uses that they have to come back in front of the council. So it's not principally permitted.
Isn't that what paragraph 2.3 basically says?
To what one? I'm sorry.
It says the property is hereby approved. Well, I mean, that might be the old one, approved as a motel
Right.
facility. Other uses allowed in the CBD zone. Future uses are subject to review and approval by the city. We make that our must come before the city council, put it in words like that. If we sit here and contemplate what we think it could be, that's still, whoever buys it is going to have to come for us anyway.
If that was the case, I would if I was the applicant, I'd rather just withdraw the request, and when I get someone to come, then I'd come in and modify the development agreement rather than have a blanket condition that every use have to be considered a conditional use permit. That doesn't seem that wouldn't seem fair to me if I own the property. I'd much rather just come back when I find a use
Yeah.
and get it
That makes
approved
it more
unless you want to
encumbered.
go line by line and we can go through the uses and place those in the development agreement on which uses are appropriate and which uses aren't.
The hard part for me, the hard part is what we got approved was very compatible with the neighborhood. And after looking through this with zero setback on the front yard, back and side, and 35-foot restrictions, you could build a full 35-foot building on almost every foot of that whole lot,
Right.
which is not compatible with anything anywhere close to there. It's a tough sell for me.
Wide.
We have some public testimony, so let's hear from the public first.
Mayor Chadwick,
Councilman?
I'll just say one other thing is that we might consider is, and we'd have to table it or maybe ask the applicant to come back with this, but it would just be to revert the zoning.
I don't think you revert the zoning because this wouldn't be compatible to our comprehensive plan.
Yeah, then you're trying to rezone it back to residential. It wouldn't
Right.
be the comprehensive
It's to
plan.
stay at the
I
CB.
mean, I don't have intent to further encumber and make it even more difficult to sell. I'd like to find a way to kind of help them out, but also protect the city. So
So, Mr. Mayor and Council, my recommendation then is to table this. I'll get with the applicant. We'll go through the uses and we'll come back with specific uses for you to adopt in the revised development agreement. That'd be my recommendation.
But we have two people signed up to testify.
Yep.
So I gotta let them testify before anything happens.
Okay.
Just so everybody's aware.
Or you can just leave the public hearing open until they come back.
Well, no, but they're here today to testify. I'm gonna let them testify today in case they don't want to be here the next time on here, right? On that, so they get their words in there.
Mr. Mayor, if that's the case, you should leave the public hearing open so they can testify again once they hear what uses that's being recommended.
Tabling process.
I'm saying, but you're gonna hear,
Yeah.
but they're gonna have to do it twice is what I'm saying.
Right. All right, we'll start out with Mr. Gary.
Gary Avis, 210 South Main Street. I'd like to start out, they had a very nice hosting for the neighborhood, describing their plan that you embraced, and it's a wonderful plan for our neighborhood, as you expressed. It's a minimum traffic. It's got 6 units, I think, or 7 units, bed and breakfast type. It's a perfect, absolute use of that zoning for our neighborhood in South Main, as opposed to something like a nursery, which would have a lot of vehicular traffic, et cetera. I think Councilman Nielsen perfectly summed up my feelings. I'm kind of disappointed that the proponent is not here to explain to the council why he is embracing this change, except I get Mr. Nickel, who's representing him, saying that it's impossible to sell. It's difficult to sell the property with the zoning currently. So I would ask the proponent to why don't we just remove the condition and put it back as CBD and let whoever buys it come up without any encumbrance in terms of already having an approval for a low density lodge. I'm just curious about the use that someone might propose. Other than this, I really embrace this, and I'm sorry that the proponent didn't have enough resources or whatever it was to complete their vision, because that would have been great. Anyhow, I'm glad, Mayor, that you allowed for the testimony of the hearing, as opposed to Mr. Nickel wanting to continue that. Thank you.
Okay. Miss Lori.
Mayor Chadwick and council, thank you very much. And Councilman Nielsen, thank you. And for everybody else that contributed to the conversation, I really appreciate that you're taking the time to think about what could happen if. And just giving a broad spectrum spectrum and not knowing what could happen. And Mr. Wheelock, I really appreciate your comments from the council to think ahead that this could turn out to be something that we don't want it to be. And I really appreciate you protecting the city of Star. And that's it. Thank you.
Just do your name and address for me real quick.
Oh my gosh, I should know that. Lori Balad, 8582 West Stillmore Street, Star.
All right, thank
And
you.
again, thank you.
All right. Okay, that's all. Let's sign up to testify. We can leave the public hearing open as suggested and have you table it to a date certain in the future.
Mayor Chadwick,
Councilman Nielsen?
curious, Sean, what would a date certain look like? How much time do you think we would need with the applicant
I
on
would
this?
recommend that we put it on the second meeting in January. That should be plenty of time to get with the applicant and
What
get
date
some
is that?
uses. It would be the
20th.
April 20th.
Chris, did you have advice?
Well, I was just gonna say, then the other alternative is just to leave it open and then renotice it when you have the information you need for whatever date that is. So the date here is scheduling to a date certain, like January 20th, allows you to do that without having to republish notice. But if you weren't sure that was the best date, you can just leave it open. And then when you're ready, you can publish it. So just
Okay.
provide that extra option.
Yeah, maybe we'll try the 20th and then take it from there. Okay. Mayor Chadwick, I move that we leave this public hearing open and table it till January 20th and direct staff to work with the applicant to determine what compatible uses based on this conversation might be appropriate.
So so when we're saying work with the applicant, are we asking to come back with a list like we usually see
Yeah.
on the uses, right? Okay, all right, just to be clear.
Yep.
All right. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second by Councilman Wheelock. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Hershey,
Aye.
Wheelock,
Aye.
Salmonson,
Aye.
Nielsen.
I
Okay, that motion carries. Thank you. That's been tabled till January 20th, 2026. You're free that day. Hey, David's done. All right. Item 6B, the capital improvement plan and impact fee for parks, pathways, and police. We're going to table this until December 16th. Our next hearing, because we have some follow-up to do with our impact fee committee. So I'd entertain a motion to table that to December 16th.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilman Hershey.
make a motion that we table the capital improvement plan and impact fee for parks, pathways, and police public hearing until the 16th of December.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second by Councilwoman Solomon. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Hershey,
Aye.
Wheelock,
Aye.
Salmonson,
Aye.
Nielsen.
I
Okay, that motion carries. The CIP and impact fees for parks, pathways, and police will now be heard on December 16th. So, Chris, do we actually have to table the ordinances?
Well, the ordinances are all should be part of the public hearings.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, the way the impact fee ordinance or statute reads, and we've talked about this before, you can't waive all three readings. You've got
Right,
to have the
right.
three readings, right? But you don't have to read them in full. You can read them by title only. And you can actually do your first and second reading even before the public hearing under the statute. So by moving the public hearing, I don't think you also have to table the ordinances because the ordinance is just going to be
Part of the public.
the same night as the.
Okay, all right. So I just want to make sure that I don't have to have them actually make a motion to table those.
Yeah, just to be, totally clear, it would be fine to have a motion to do it. It wouldn't be inappropriate.
Okay, all right.
And so that would just just in case somebody says, hey, wait a second, I didn't know you were doing the ordinance also.
All right.
By the time we do the third reading, that's going to be sometime in January likely. So, but I think it would make sense to go ahead and do it.
Okay. So we're going to jump down to that one since we're finishing this.
Okay.
And we just table all three of them together.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilman Hershey.
I make a motion that we table also ordinance 431-2025, ordinance 432-2025, and ordinance 433-2025 until the 16th of December.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion, a second by Councilman Nielsen. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Hershey,
Aye.
Wheelock,
Aye.
Simonson, Nielsen.
Aye.
Awesome, that motion carries. Thank you. Okay, we're going to move back up to item 7A. We need to have the acceptance of the Ada and Canyon County Canvas November 4th, 2025 election results. Shelley, do you need to say anything to that?
I don't believe so. The information was included in your packet. Received it certified from both counties, Ada and Canyon. If there's any questions,
You guys have any questions on the election results?
I just had one question. Just curious what is it? Overvote? I see undervote. What does overvote mean?
Means they check too many
That's
boxes.
what I thought. Okay.
And then the undervote means they only vote one item versus like,
correct. They just
two-
didn't vote. If there
for
were two
everything.
items on the ballot, they just didn't vote for one of them.
correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right.
Curious.
I'd entertain a motion to accept the Ada and Canyon County Canvas November 4th, 2025 election results.
Mayor Chadwick.
Councilwoman Solomon.
I move that we approve and accept the Ada and Canyon County Canvas November 4th, 2025 election results.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second by Councilman Hershey. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Hershey,
Aye.
Wheelock,
Aye.
Simonson,
Aye.
Nielsen.
Aye.
Okay, that motion carries. Thank you. Now you're officially going to be out of here, David, on December 31st. That's official now. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He's retired. He didn't run it anyway, so he's retiring.
Technically, it's January 6th, right?
Actually, yeah, technically it's January 6th.
Yeah, sorry, David.
Okay. All right, we'll move on to item 7E. Event Center bid acceptance and approval. We went through a bid package opening. Can't remember what day it was. It was
Wednesday?
last week, last Tuesday? Yeah, a week ago Tuesday. And we got all the bid results back. We originally budgeted 4.5 million in our budget for the project. Overall, it came out to 4.6 million, which includes 191,000 of contingency up. And so we're asking the council to authorize us to increase our budget to the guaranteed maximum price of 4,630,544. There is a chance that it actually go back to 450, depending on if any of that contingencies is used or not. Any questions, motions, emotions?
Mayor Chadwick?
Councilwoman?
So in the motion, do we just need to approve an additional?
You just need to make a motion to approve the guaranteed maximum price of the 4,630,544 and authorize me to sign the contract.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the number is higher than what we originally approved, and so never like higher number. But seeing that all the bids responses, there was a number of them. I think we had like 10 that submitted just for electrical. All of them had a number of bids, and so we picked the lowest out of them all, and that was that final number that we have. So I think it's a fair price. It's a current, what the market is right now. So I move that we approve or go ahead, Mayor Chadwick, to
Sign.
to sign the contract for 4,630,544. What else?
That's it.
That's it.
All right. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
A second.
We have a motion, a second by Councilman Nielsen. Any further discussion? It's called your Hershey, sorry. Any further discussion? Okay, roll call.
Hershey,
Aye.
Wheelock,
Aye.
Simonson,
Aye.
Nielsen.
Aye.
Okay, that motion carries. Thank you. That project actually is going to start, since you approved it tonight, on Monday, December 8th, with an idea of being open on October 1 down there. So, okay. We are at 7:25 and at the end of our agenda, and therefore we are adjourned. Thank you.